good afternoon. It's actually afternoon. It is Sunday. I am leaving my in-laws' house. Lovely family gathering for pancakes, Dutch pancakes, which are really crepes. It's a wonderful, simple recipe. It's just flour and eggs and water and a pinch of salt. And that, my friends, is the batter to make these pancakes, crepes. And then it's usually, we've got some molasses, basically a syrup that's Dutch, Schenkstrop, in addition to like maple syrup, and they usually get out fruit and stuff like that. I don't do fruit. Fruit does not agree with my digestive system, which I just had a very interesting conversation about all that kind of stuff with my one niece who, they have an adopted kid who's from the Marshall Islands, and his nutritional requirements, and well, not that, but his digestive system and his allergies are very weird because, Marshall Island food is different than Ohio food and the standard American diet. And she is, had to go into some interesting avenues to treat some of his stuff that turns out some of it were food allergies. And he would have runny nose and sinus stuff. And they were like, yeah, well, we're just going to give him all these allergy shots. And she's like, no, we need to test him for food because he's been telling me that his tongue is itchy when he eats strawberries. And they're like, we're not going to test for food. He's got all these environmental allergies. She says, we're testing him for food, and I want the blood work, just not the needle stick test. And they're like, we're not going to do that. She's like, I'm paying for it. We're going to do it. Well, turns out he does have some food allergies, maybe tree nuts. And so frustration with that is what was part of the conversation. And then gave me to recount how I figured out that citrus does not do in my I don't deal with citrus well. And I think I've explained it before here. While I'm talking a lot. Wow, I'm up to 2 minutes now. So it's quite the Sunday monologue from Dave. My daughter, my first child, she couldn't do when she was a baby, she couldn't do oranges and mandarin oranges and that. She would get the worst diaper rash. And by the way, to help calm diaper rash, you want to use milk of magnesia or Pepto-Bismol because it's an antacid on their skin. So dab a little Pepto on diaper rash because it's you want to get rid of the acid that's causing that. Anyway, I then I had the light bulb go off, ding ding, that my own digestive troubles I would often have trouble with orange juice, Sunny D. We used to drink Sunny D, too much sugar, but it went down easier than regular orange juice. But anyway, it would always wreck me, which then led to a conversation actually with the guy I was working with at the time, Bill Ladd, who's about my age. Hey, Bill. We're days apart in birth, and we worked together for my father-in-law actually when I worked there. And he said, well, you don't like coffee either, right? Well, that's acidic. It's probably the same thing. So I would think a lot of people's, maybe our food aversions that's our body saying, I can't deal with this, don't eat it. How about that? Now I am on my way to band rehearsal. It is 12:22, and so it started at 12:18 from their street, from a parked position. So we're going to see how long it takes me to get to on the highway, going the speedy way to band practice from their house, which I've done several times, like just last Sunday. All right, make your day what you want your day to be. Don't let somebody else's day mess up what you want your day to be, right? Figure that out. Figure out how if you need to be involved in somebody else's day, that's fine. But figure out a way to make your day. I just want to give you an indication that I am on the highway. A small frog, just landed on my window and then blew off my window on the highway in this lane. But band practice went well again. I've decided to take a very alternate route home. I'm on a street called Barg, B-A-R-G, Barg Salt Run, which is what I'm crossing over right now. It's a little creek, Barg Salt Run. Because there used to be a It was a mansion back in the woods back in the day. And I may have done this before. I maybe even tried to find a picture. It was a place called Wildwood in the 80s, and they did church retreats and stuff. And there's actually a lower barn here that I'm passing right now. That was a part of it. Birds of Prey, raptor rehabilitation is what that is now, which is what I'm passing. And so we would do church retreats out here, and we'd come up this road, and there was the driveway to get up into the place. And there's a gate on that. Oh man. So yeah, here's the road that we're on. And then it was like an event place for a while. Oh, somebody's right. And here was like the lower field. And it was this mansion back in the woods. So again, if the driveway's open, I'm gonna go back and see what it looks like again. But imagine like getting a church bus up here. Oh, there's somebody's driveway. We had to do this once in the winter, which was terribly amusing. We got the bus stuck up here, but some of my best church experiences were at Camp Wildwood. It was just such a magical place, and especially in the winter when we had all that snow, that one retreat, it was just something to behold. All right, having a fun little drive up Barg Salt Run Road. Haven't been on this road in, I don't know how long. All right, it is late on Sunday afternoon. I don't know what time it is, about 4:30, something like that. And I'm walking on yet a new street. I went out to the main drag. I have to go pick up something at Walgreens, some pictures that my wife sent there to get printed. And so I'm trying to get the full, 3 miles in a loop. And it's just another street that I hadn't walked on. So I walked past, I'm like, I'm not gonna cut down that street. And then I decided to go ahead and do it. So here we are. Oh, isn't this interesting? They've installed the mailbox for the street, for the one house that has been purchased. It's nice that the one house that has been purchased will be able to get their mail right outside their front. It's so nice. These vehicles are just parked here. There's a sign on one of them saying that they'll be moved first thing Monday morning. What the heck? All right, happy Sunday. I'm just stretching my walk to try to get more minutes in because I'm not going to get my hour in. I didn't even notice they had put the mailbox in down at the bottom of the street. I can't remember what this model house is, what they're asking for, so let's go check that out. 964.9.